Hi, welcome to episode 9. I'm so proud of myself. I feel like back to back I'm dropping episodes. There's no like long gap. So that's big up to me. But anyway, welcome to episode 9 of the After Show, and the episode is called Chasing Joy TV show edition. I've done the music edition, so this edition is about me just talking about all the TV shows that has my heart, the TV shows I've seen and I love the characters and plot and everything. But yeah, so I remember the very first TV show I've ever watched, like the very first TV show I started was One Tree Hills, and it was my neighbor back then. She was the one that introduced me to the show. I mean, then like I think I was in I can't remember the age, but I'm 100% sure I was in secondary school. I think I was still in secondary school when I started watching On Tree Hills. Can I remember her name? Larissa, yes. Was that her name? Yes, I think no, not Larissa. Oh God, I wish I can remember her name. I can't remember her name, but very like lovely lady. One of my neighbors back then, and at my former house where we used to live. So like we used to talk blah, 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 and everything. She knew like I love books, movies, and everything. She was like, "Oh, Shewa, you should watch One Tree Hills. I feel like you will like it." And back then, if you grew up in Nigeria, then I don't know if streaming service were like a thing back then. I think like Netflix, Apple TV. I don't know if they've been like a thing back then, but back then most of us like grew up in Nigeria and like young age. How we used to watch TV show, then you have to go to these video shops and buy like the dicks from them. I think it's later on when we all grew up and like we started like knowing more about life that we realized that then the shows that we watched back then that they were getting to season 24, like those shows, if you're watching it in the right streaming service that produced the show, there was nothing like season 24. They probably just had like 6 seasons. So I think it's all pirated. Yes, I think so. I will assume like it's all pirated, and it's like the way they were like hearing it in America. Like I don't know how it works, but then I know like most of these shows that comes out like during the week. So I think these people that does pirate, they wait, then they get the episode. Maybe they get like 5 episode or 6 episode, then they put it in the disc. They call it season one. Like, but they were just the one doing their own thing. But anyway, as I started watching my my shows, so I used to go to like I even had customers. I had one in Unity Estate. Then later on when we moved, I had like another customer. So we used to go, like I used to go rather to this show, like this shops. I'll get like the disc. Sometimes the disc will scratch, you clean it. If it's not going, you go back and go and return it. And like, oh, this is like it's anyway. Then or you'll be waiting. You'll be going there every Friday. I'll be waiting. It's season 2 out. They be like, no, it's not yet out, sister. Come back so day. And like it to be out or whatnot. But anyway, relevant to all this story. But One Tree Hills was like the very first show I started watching, and I loved God. I love the show. I enjoyed the show so much. Like I enjoyed the show so much. Like there's some words, like some dialogue that I used to write out. Like I'll pause, I'll start writing it out because like I felt they had meaning, and I just love it. I would just write now and then I will read it later on, and I've actually always think writers are like special people. Like, trust me, if you can write, if you can imagine something and you can imagine a story, you can put like a story together, character together, plot together, whatever. As long as you're a writer, trust me, I'm forever impressed by you. I always feel like I love writers. I feel like they have one of the wonderful, beautiful job in the world, and I've always feel like God speak through them, like to be able to tell story, maybe fiction, real or not real or whatnot. Like it's just amazing. I've always loved writers. So yeah, One Tree Years, I really love the plot. I love Ellie and Native love story code. I love them so much. I love Book Davis. Book Davis was like my favorite character. Like so they say like I searched the actor of Sophia Butch, started reading things about her. I mean like even now she came out as as bisexual, I think, yeah, because she got married, she had an issue in a marriage, da. I think now she's dating a woman. Like, I've always loved her. Like, I love her as a person, like, outside acting, and then I actually love her character. I really, really do love her character. I felt like she went through so much, and I was so happy that the writer gave her an happy ending. So, yeah, oh God, I can't stand Patreon. I hate that girl. Like, I can't stand that character. I hated her like even till now. I mean, another thing I like about TV show is when you start TV show like maybe at this age, then later on you experience some things in life, and if you should go back like, oh, let me watch it, get to watch it with like a fresh eyes, even like some episode or some character that you feel like, oh, you didn't like, or you feel like it just too much or whatever. Then when you start watching it like with a fresh eye, you feel like, okay, you know what, actually kind of understand this character, I understand where the writer is going, I understand like what the writer is trying to sorry, excuse me, what the writer is trying to tell us, what not and everything. But Patreon, I don't care. Like I'll be 100 years old and I'll be rewatching 1 3 years and I will still hate a character. Like I still hate a character. Like I can't stand the character. Well, yeah, not, funny enough, I can't remember his name, but I love Nitri Dad. I mean, like I didn't agree with everything he did, but at some point, especially the last season, when he really turned up and showed up and saved Nate, like actually, like oh, it was nice, and I like the fact that he died along, like it made the sacrifice like made it to make more sense if that makes sense. It makes to make more sense if that makes sense. Like yeah, because it wasn't really there for Nathan. Or like I think it was there for Nathan, it wasn't there for Lucas. Like I don't remember but the man did like it wasn't like a really, really, really good man. So at the end of the day, like it still showed up for him and I love the fact that he died why showing up for him. So it made it make more sense. Like yeah, like so yeah. I like it. I like oh his name was Dan, I think. Yeah, his name was Dan. Like what anyway, I really, really love One Tree. It was like still one of my shows. Then later on, I think the next show I started watching was Gossip Girl. I'm not so sure, but I'm just gonna be talking about like well I'm 100% sure One Tree was the first TV show I started watching. It was one that made me like the show made me love basketball, made me fall in love with basketball as a sport. This show makes me just love God. I love. I just love every time Nathan and Hilary. Yeah, Hilary. Yeah. Every time they showed up on my TV screen, I'm always like, oh, I'm just always blushing. I just love their love story. And yeah, I started watching Gossip Girl. I enjoyed Gossip Girl, but I didn't expect the ending. I was so surprised that Dan was it Dan? Yeah, the guy in this new show that is popular now that is and you, I think he's the one in you. But yeah, like I can't remember his the name of his character in Gossip Girl, but I was so surprised when at the end it was the one that was Gossip Girl. Like when at the end of the show they revealed who Gossip Girl was and it was he. Like I think it was unexpected, but yeah, Gossip Girl. My favorite character was what's the name? What's the name of this lady? Oh, I forgot the name of the character. Not Serena, no. The other one. I can't remember her name, but the other one, like I like the character. Like the sequel was good, but it wasn't like a show that I would love to rewatch. Like I enjoyed because like ever since I've finished because I've never for once thought, oh, okay, I want to rewatch one episode or anything. Like it was just like a good show that you just watch once, not like it doesn't have like a rewatching value to me. But yeah, I enjoy Gossip Girl. I enjoy Nikita. God, Nikita made me so happy. I love Nikita. I can't even remember how many times I've rewatched Nikita. I love Nikita. I used to watch a Revolution. I think after season one they cancelled it. I actually enjoyed season one. Then there was this other show that I loved that was about like a man who, who was in a loophole, like who kept living, repeating the same day, living the same day. But then when he wakes up today, so many things will happen. Then he will sleep again. He will wake up. He was like it's still the same thing. But then when he got to a point, I realized oh he's repeating the same day. So he started trying to like change things. Maybe um today he woke up. Then when it was going like whatever happened, like that day a lady died. Then the second day when he wake up, he will try to save the lady. Then the third, like he keep trying to make it different, but it's still the same day he was living. Can't remember the title of that show, but it was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. But after season one, I think they got cancelled because I didn't hear anything about them. I love Friends. Oh my god, I love Friends. I love Friends. Chandler was my favorite character. God, I love God. Friends was like I enjoy Friends. I mean, I still rewatch Friends till now. Random episode I can be bored, sad, whatever. I'll be like, oh, let me just watch Friends. I love Friends. I love Chandler. I remember getting like the notification, like just waking up in the middle of the night, and I just saw Matty Perry was dead. God, I cried. I cried. I was so sad. Like I didn't even want to go to work. Then I realized, oh, there's one of my friends at work that loves Friends as well. So I was like, oh, I need to go to work because I can talk to her about this. Then I got to work. I met her. Then we were talking about it. We were so sad. She was telling me that, oh, that in the morning too, when she was so sad. That her husband was asking her that, what was wrong with you? Why are you crying? But yeah, I really, 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 really love Friends. Like I feel like if someone should just stop me on the road and like mention five perfect TV show, Friends is definitely my number one. Definitely, I love Friends. What other show did I watch growing up? So many people. Fringe. I love Fringe as well. Fringe was this storyline about a man that was like it was like a science thing man that like it was a brilliant science thing. Then he went crazy. Then he had to being praising blah blah blah. Then something was happening with FBI. They have to release him. His son, like it was actually like an interesting show. I enjoy Fringe. There's also this show. I can't remember the title, but of this cop where she realized she could communicate through radio to the dead world. That she could communicate with her father. Her father was dead already, but while her father was alive, was like an FBI. Then she grew up, she became an FBI. Then she's always communicating with her father. Like then her father always help her to solve some cases, even like some cases that that while he was alive he was dealing with. Then the daughter so I can't remember the title. I think it got cancelled after some time, but it was a good show. It was a good show. There's so many shows, so many good shows that got cancelled for whatever reason. But like I actually enjoyed like this season one or two. It was very good. There's also this show. What's the name of I can't remember the name of this. It's Pretty Little Liars. I didn't really like that show. I think at some point I stopped. It was just at some point it was becoming ridiculous. Like who is A? Like, just show who the fuck is it. I think later on they even realized A was never dead. But to me, I feel like at some point they lost the plot, so I stopped watching at some point. I can't remember. But, like, and there's so many shows as well, so that I just stopped watching like and never went back. I love then one another thing I love also is when I find out about old shows, then I started watching them now. I always enjoy it. I'm always fitting through it all. I always enjoy when I discover old shows. And these days that's another good thing about social media. You can discover shows now via Twitter and Instagram, especially Instagram where you just see random clips, then you go through the comment and you realize, oh, okay, they're like, oh, this looks funny. I need to watch it. I mean, I'm not so sure if it's this year or last year, but I recently watched the Golden Girls and I love God. I enjoyed the Golden Girls. I was just so happy watching through it. It was like a job. It was like a job that I love to attend because I was just watching like the episode. I make sure that I didn't skip any episode. I finished watching it and it was like it was just I was so impressed because this is show that has been made in the 90s. When they were making these shows, I was not born. So like there's just this sense of falling in love with art all over again because art will always live. It will always outlive you. It will forever be like as long as you that's one thing like I always advise people that are creative or just put it out there. It doesn't even matter if you get credit or whatever. As long as it's out there, it will always outlive you. It's just so beautiful to see. Because when I was watching Golden Girls, obviously I can't. I've forgotten. I don't really know most of these people's name. But there's this lady that she's like so beloved in Hollywood because she went on to do so many movies. Like she was in the Proposal. She was Ryan's grandmother. I can't remember her name, but all these ladies, when I was watching Golden Gate, they were all dead. And I remember googling them, just checking them. Most of them lived to their 90s. They were dead, and I was like, it's just so beautiful. Like these people are not alive, but yeah, I am watching this show that they made even way before I was born, and it's still good. God, I was just laughing. I love Blanche. Blanche was my favorite character in The Golden Girls. God, I love that. I love that. I loved all the women, but Blanche was just she was just chill. She was I love yeah. I really, really enjoyed The Golden Girl. It was so funny. What other shows I just started watching? Oh, Everyone Loves Raymond. I love that. So that one too. I think I saw randomly just saw it on TV somewhere, and I just like, oh, what's the name of this show? I was like, oh, I would love to watch it. I actually enjoyed Everyone Love Raymond, but I could not stand Raymond character. I think I'm the only one that does not love Raymond. I feel it was so sport and selfish, but I love the show. Oh, that show! Like there are actually so many old shows that I started rewatching. Oh yeah, I love Smallville. I didn't start rewatching Smallville. I was Smallville, Smallville or Smallville. I don't know which one is the right one, but yeah, the one that about Superman and everything. I enjoyed. I love when Clark dated this lady, this cousin of his best friend. Like I wanted him to end up with that lady, and I was so happy when he did. Another thing, I always like even like my character or people that because when I watch movie, I always feel like not even like I feel like I can predict movies. I can predict where as long as I'm following the show, like I'm really paying attention and everything, I can predict where the the plot will go. Like I can predict where what the writer are trying to tell us or what they're trying to say. Like I'm always that invested. Like I'm in sync with the writer, like we're in the same page. So I always like when I can predict something, when I think, oh, okay, you know what, I think this and this is going to happen. Or I'll be like, oh, you know what, oh, this is the reason why they showed us this in episode one. It's going to make sense in episode. Like, so when I predict something, right, I always love it when I get it right. I'm always like, yeah, that's my girl. Like, I used to hype myself up. But yeah, so I loved what show are we even talking about? But yeah, so Smallville. So I was so happy when he ended up with that lady because I love them together. I love Smallville. There's also this show, I can't remember the title, but this one about aliens that they just found themselves on Earth and they don't know where they are. Somebody had, I can't remember, but very good show. So many old shows I really enjoyed. I can't remember. Like I was watching so many shows. I had like a book for them. I had to write their names out because at some point it was just too much, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm following them. Because later on, after like starting from buying movie from like this later on, like I grew up, like I started having phone, found out about internet, started having like oh okay site where I could actually download this movie and everything. So I started knowing more about this movie. And I know okay, you know what, each episode comes out this week and everything. If it comes out on Tuesday, it's available for me to watch on Wednesday. So like I started having like book to write the episode I stop, and especially when a season finish and you have to wait for so long before the other season comes and everything. So to be able to follow this my show. So I really followed a lot of shows and like the good shows back then. I can't remember most of their name, but I saw a lot of good shows. Then I started like finish secondary school. I started meeting people, making friends, and I started making friends with people that I even love TV shows. As well. So people were like, "Oh, have you seen this show? Have you seen it?" They would start like exchanging, and my friends would tell me, "Oh, you should watch this." When one episode comes, they'll be like, "Oh, this episode is how they should watch this." So I started getting introduced to more good shows I love. But yeah, I started like I can't remember most of what the old shows I've seen. I've seen Montreal, Gossip Girls. I've talked about Fringe, Revolution. Um, Everybody Loves Raymond. I watched that this year or last year, I can't remember, but I know I just recently the Golden Girls. I really enjoyed the Golden Girls. I finished it. Will and Grace, I finished it. I watched it this year. I like actually enjoy Will and Grace. Funny enough, I enjoy Will and Grace. I mean, some I reached the ended it in like season eight or whatever, one season. I wish that was when they ended it. But I felt maybe that's one thing to most of all the shows, especially when they had like a good run, they'll be coming back for like retake or whatever. When everyone is already old that they came back, that they were just forced Grace getting pregnant and not knowing the father. We like just I just feel like that was just so unnecessary. But actually, I enjoyed Will and Grace. Um, oh, another old show that I watched, Mad Men. It was someone that told me about it. God, I really, really enjoyed Mad Men. I remember recently I was talking to, like, just on Twitter. I was just talking to someone about, oh, like, oh, I enjoyed this show, and the guy was like, oh, I'm surprised you enjoyed it. Like, it's the show is known to be alpha men or alpha men. Blah, blah, like, I'm like, what does that even mean? To me, I love the storyline. I love the father is like it's all relating to an advertisement. Like I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the show. The character like got developed, and I love it when you're watching this episode, you're clashing out over one character, and the next is another person, and next you're like, oh, this you're stupid. I can't support it. Like, it's Will and Madmen. My emotion was just all over the place. I tweeted throughout this seasons, so but I really really enjoyed it. It was one show that I rewatched as well. Like it's old show I watched. I love rewatching old shows. Like not rewatch because I was just watching them, but I just love watching old show now. Like obviously now like it's fresh eyes, like I'm more but then it makes me just love art, especially when I've seen the years that they've made this movie. I'm like, God, this was in the 90s. I wasn't even born. Then you start seeing things that you realize like as much as the world is changing, so much is still remain like it's still the same. Then I remember when I watch, I was see Budweiser, I was like, wow, like I'm impressed. Like these people have been in the business for this year. You see Coca-Cola, then you can see like how it progressed in bottle they were using in the 90s. You see like so many drinks that you're saying now, you see them in like a shows or movies that was made in the 90s, 80s. Like I find them so impressive. It's just like those kind of things that just impresses to me. So yeah, I enjoyed Mad Men. Another show that I really want to like, I really really want to start watching is The Office. But I just feel like it's long episode out, long season out, and I don't want to skip. Really 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 want to just start and go through everything, but I don't have the time. But I know at some point I'll just close my eyes and say, "Fuck it, let me just start." But yeah, and I have so many new shows I love. I love Arc. God, Arc is so fun. I mean, like, I used to, funny enough, it hasn't really, really changed. I still love romance, comedy, God. As long as it's comedy, give me. I do. Before I used to like scientific movie, but now I'm not stressing my brain, please. I'm like I just want to relax and just laugh. I love like a show that is not that so. I mean, I still watch like too deep. You have to really pay attention shows. Like as long as the storyline is good. But sometimes I just need like a laid back comedy, romance, like just chill storyline. I love our character is like a very good show. Like trust me, women are funny. Women are funny. You just need to watch her. Like I mean, I'm a funny babe. But yeah, apart from me being funny, babe, even in hacks, apart from hacks, also if you follow all these female comedy club on Instagram, you realize women are actually funny. And I feel like there's so many underrated funny comedians that people don't really know yet. Especially women that they're like genuinely funny. But yeah, Act is the good show. Your neighbor your friend, your neighbor and my friend, or your friend and my neighbor, or whatever. This Apple TV show very good, and Apple TV they have lovely good shows, good shows with good plots. They just don't market it well. Dope. Good. I enjoy dope. I enjoy dope. What other show have I seen recently? So many shows. I can't even remember most of their name anymore. But I like so many good shows was out this year, last year. So many shows, so many shows. But no matter how many shows I've seen, Friends will always be my number one shows. My number like if someone say give me a 10 top like 10 best TV show, Friends will always be number one. I just love Friends. I feel like it's relatable. You can see the character grow. Like from season one to the last season, you can just see the changes. You can see how they grew. You can see the, the character development was so good. It was so nice, and no one was the main character. Everyone was like the main character on their own. The storyline was good. The plot. I always loved the idea of friends coming together, living life in a big city. It was just so good. I really, really love Friends. I love Friends. China and Monica, God, their relationship was good. The later on when they came for, and I love when they came for, was it reunion? Like after so many years, when they all came together. At first, I didn't like the idea. I was like, God, please, like because so many years has gone back. I actually because I didn't know the idea they were going for. I thought they were going to like come back with the characters and come back with like a plot. But when it got here and I watched it and it was just about the actors coming back to just talk about the character and everything. I was like, oh yeah, this is the kind of reunion we are talking about. So I loved it. And there, I remember one of the writer was she was talking about like China and Monica. They were not even supposed to get married or dated for long. That they just like in the writer room, they were just talking, "Oh, okay, let them have like a one night stand in London." And because when they did it, and it's like Friends was live, and the way the audience screamed, like the way the audience screamed was so loud and was good that the writer was like, "Oh, I think the audience liked them together, so we are going to keep them together." So that was just so fun. 10 years later, to find out that was the reason behind it. And I'm always saying to that one thing that I always want before I die is to be able to sit there in a writer's room and I just want to observe. I just want to sit down there and just see how they brainstorm, how they come up with ideas and everything. And also, I want to be part of like a live audience for a show. God, I hope I get to do that before I die. I really want to be a live audience for a show. I feel like just like I'm going to have fun. I feel like I'm going to have fun. Like just be a live audience for a show. Or that can I forget about Modern Family? My second top shows. Friend. That's Friend. Number one. Modern Family. Number two. I love Modern Family. God, all the characters funny. Obviously, Phil, my favorite character, but Modern Family is one of those shows I think is just perfect. The whole actors perfect, plotline perfect. I love Modern Family. Like I hope we are following. Friends top one, top two, Modern Family. I love Modern Family, but yeah, it's still one of the show I rewatch as well. Random clips and everything. Yeah. Sex and the City. Oh, I love Sex and the City. I watched funny with Sex and the City. I think I saw the movies first, the part one, part two movie. I saw them first. Then later when I realized, oh, it was like an extension from a TV show. Then I started watching the TV show. I didn't skip any. I didn't skip. I didn't just watch it. I can't remember the year I watched Sex and the City, but I didn't skip anything. I love Sex and the City. God, Carrie, always stressing me out. But I like her character. And one thing about Sex and the City as well is like at first maybe you're in your teen when you watch it you'll be like, oh okay, this and this. Then you move to adulthood or you start experiencing like then you start realizing, okay, no. Actually I didn't like this person with for Carrie, but anyway, like your opinion just keep changing. But I really enjoy Sex and the City. And another thing about art, another example of how art will always outlive you or will always be alive is Sex and the City is so many years ago. Till now, there's still conversation going on about it online. People are still fighting. Oh no, she should have been with Big. Oh no, she shouldn't have been with Big. Like this, like conversation is just getting crazy. Opinion is just getting changed. Like it's just crazy. I've always wanted her to be with Adrian. Even right now, I don't know the rubbish the writer is doing in, and just like that, they're just trying to. I just hope, and just like that, just ended up with her getting married with Aiden. But I've always loved her to be with Aiden. Well, I mean, Aiden has his own issue. Carrie still has her own issue. But I've always feel like Adrian, out of all the guys she has been with, was one of the guys actually really do like her. Like that's to me, and they actually fit. Oh yeah, I remember when I went to Morocco and I met these two lovely ladies, and we had like dinner together in the evening. That was all we were talking about, sex and the city, and it was so nice to just have that conversation with them, especially like with people, because at the end of the day, your experience is what shape your opinion in life and your environment, blah blah blah, and everything. They were Norways, like they're from, and they were Norwegians. They were from Norway, so we're having conversation. And I remember one of them was saying, "Oh, oh, one thing we all agree on, we didn't all like big." But the other was like, oh, Kerry was with big because of his money and because she wanted like the social class and everything, which me, I don't see. Like I was like, no, I don't think Kerry loved Big for his money. She genuinely just loved him. Big just don't love her enough. Like she loved Big more than Big loves her. But like we had conversation, it was just like it was a wonderful night. Just having that conversation with those two ladies was just so wonderful. Like art do bring people together. So yeah, I love Sex and the City. Oh, I love Samantha. Then the lady that wrote Sex and the City, then she had this event, which another thing, when you make good arts, when you put good arts out there, it will forever keep bringing you money. The lady that made Sex and the City, till date, she's still cashing out on it. I mean, apart from royalty or whatever, she's still using that idea because now she's going on tour. She has even been going on that tour since last year because I saw her last year. She's going on tour now having conversation with people. I think she titled it "Who is the real big" or whatever. But on the tour, she'll just come out, just talk about how how writing the book came together because she said most, not most, but some of the story like in the book were real. She was like, yeah, Mr. Big was actually real. That she met the guy when she was living in New York, the man, da 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 da. So she was like putting us, like giving us inside story, and she even said when she got the call that HBO bought her book and they were going to like turn it to a show. After they've gotten everything that for months, no actresses wanted to play Carrie. Nobody wanted to play Carrie. That they were looking, people were like declining the role, which like life is just so funny. Now that's what is still making Sarah Jessica Parker money. But she was like, oh, nobody, no one wanted to like make, no one wanted the character. Nobody wanted to like be Carrie. Then later on, they got a call. They were like, "Oh, Sarah Jessica Parker actually said, oh, she would do it." And she was like, "Oh, she was so happy that when she was on set, she talked about the set. She talked about Big B, Mr. Big and Carrie relationship wasn't supposed to last, wasn't supposed to even go that far. I think after Big got married to Natasha was supposed to end that way, but because the audience really liked B, Mr. Big and Kerry together, they had to look for a way to bring them back together, which was so crazy. Like it was, I enjoyed seeing her on tour. It was so funny. It was a very funny day. Like we had so much fun. Like just talking about the movies and how she came up with the ideas. She lived a life. It was so funny. And the same lady, she has actually written some book that I've read. I love the book. Did I? No, I actually did read Sex and the City book now, but I read the Lipstick Jungle book. God, I love the book. The book was so good. I think I kept it somewhere around here. Yeah, the Lipstick Jungle. I read the book, then I saw the TV show. Got cancelled after season 3 or 2, but it was a very good show as well. So I love it. Um, there was a show that popped in my head right now. I can't remember, but anyway, yeah, my top three. I think yeah, I'll probably put Sex and the City in top three as well. Yeah, can be there. It's a good show. I really enjoyed the show. I love the girls. I love the ladies. I can't stand Miranda. I still can't stand her character, but yeah, she's alright. She's okay. Um, what other shows? So many shows. So many shows. I can't remember. Mother's the minute I stop this, the minute I stop filming, they'll start coming to me. I'll be like, oh, I wish I talked about this show. I wish I talked about this show. But there are just so many good shows. So many good shows I have seen. Like shows just makes me happy. Like you get to watch this character grow, you get to see them. Sometimes you even learn from them. Like I mean, we do learn from art, whether we like it or not. S- They're in a way that they teaches us, like teach us to be better. They teach us, yeah, I mean, depending on what you want to pick out from the show, but yeah, the show can teach you to be a better person. You can see some, it can even teach you to know yourself more, much better. There's sometimes you watch some character, you be like, you know what, I think I do have like this character. Or sometimes you will see something, you're like, you know what, I think like I need to improve. Or like they just you definitely, you don't just watch show for watching show. One way or the other, you just learn something. Another thing I like about show is when they introduce you to good music. God, old shows they introduce you to good music. Anytime, I love when I'm watching a show and I get to use my Shazam. I love it. I'm like, oh, I love this song. What's this song singing? Like da 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 da. Then I'm like, oh, okay. Look it up. Like I mean, think a TV show introduced me to Eric Captron. Is that his surname? Captron. Yeah, I think so. Captron. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, I think. But anyway, it was a movie that introduced me. Like movies that introduced me to good music. Good music. Like I would just like Shazam the song. I'm like, I like the song. Then I would download the song. Then I was like, oh, let me look up this musician. Then I start saying that, oh, they have other good songs out. Then I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah, I love when TV shows introduce me to good music. Old shows, old TV shows. Trust me, there's not how you watch old TV shows and you don't get to Shazam it. Like you definitely discover good music. Like yeah. There's just so many shows. I wish I could remember so many shows I've seen their name, but I've seen so many wonderful good shows. So many. Oh, there's this show that can't remember, but it's next week's show. I love that show too. It's not old. It's not old. I think the last season is coming. Yeah. Oh, Game of Thrones. I can never forget Game of Thrones. Oh, God, I love Game of Thrones. I enjoyed Game of Thrones. It was a friend that introduced me to Game of Thrones as well. So, God, I love Game of Thrones. Every Sunday, it's hell Sunday, then you get to watch it on Monday. Then I think at some point on Twitter, and I felt like a family show. Everyone was watching Game of Thrones. Then you get to talk about it, you get to show it. Then everybody be like, don't come on, post spoiler. If you know you've seen the episode, just keep it to yourself. Don't post spoiler. But yeah, Game of Thrones. I won't lie, Friends is still top one, but I can bomb Sex and the City for Game of Thrones. So let's do Friends, Modern Family, Game of Thrones, Sex and the City. Sex and the City can be number four. Yeah, I love Game of Thrones. That was a good show. That was a good year. Yeah. The world that should I feel like it felt like at some point online we're all watching it as family. I think it's Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, I can say at some point felt like everyone was watching it as family online every Sunday. It airs every Sunday. We were in Nigeria or maybe other country, but I don't know. But mostly in Nigeria, you get to watch it on Monday. Yeah, I love Game of Thrones. What that shows what but anyway, I've seen so many good shows, so many good shows. I'm so happy that whoever produced the writer, just so happy that they put it out there. So many shows that have helped me when I'm sad, depressed, or whatever. I've learned from, I've discovered new words, I've discovered new ways of life. I've discovered music, good music from like TV shows give me so much joy. And I hope I get to have like two bucket list I have is being in a writer room. The second one is being like a live audience while they are taping a show. And I hope I get to leave them before I die. But yeah, I love TV shows. So anyway, thank you for listening. And please, if you have any good shows, especially old shows that you feel like I would love or I would like, or is good and you want me to watch, please feel free to comment so I can get to work. I don't know if I'm going to start now, but I know at some point I'm going to start The Office. I've never seen The Office. I've seen clip here and there, but I feel like I will enjoy it. But and I don't want to skip. I want to watch it from the beginning, see how the characters develop and everything. So at some point I will start The Office. I want to watch Fleabag. Fleabag is part of my shows that I want to watch as well. I also want to watch Frises. I think Frises, yeah, is old. They made it in the 90s. Like a old woman told me about it. I've seen one episode and I feel like, oh, you know what, I will enjoy this. So yeah, those three shows are part of my top list of old shows I want to go back and start watching. But if you have any old show, new show, whatever, comment, tell me about it, and I'll check it out. And if it's my type of show, I'll continue. If movies, TV show, whatever makes you happy, hold on to it. If you're a writer, God bless you, and God will continue giving you inspiration. And yeah, that's it for this show. Thank you.